Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my series of pitching the James Gunn DCU. I really wanted to try and get this first episode done, since I basically did my overview of what my idea is for each phase. That is pretty much the same as the Marvel formula, but obviously DC related, and replaced whatever was a movie is a movie of a DC character, and the same thing with the show. So if you want my my DC overall pitch, go check out that video, because I think that video explains it more. But this one is about these videos are more about the individual movies and shows. So the first one that of course you guys have seen the thumbnail, is a Batman movie. So I'm going to talk to you guys the kind of plot summary I have. I am not going to go in depth on the story, because I can't have an idea of the story, but I don't necessarily want you guys to be bored by like how long the story is. But I will explain the cast and the characters I'm having. If you guys haven't seen my Batman fan casting video, it's also on my channel. I go through all the people that I want for different fan castings. So if you guys want to go check that video out, check it out. I go a little bit more in depth on why I think that they'll be a perfect fit for these characters, especially if they're going younger. And I keep the ones that I think are pretty good castings for those characters from the DCU. But I think that if you're going younger, this is the cast that I would want. And of course, the directors are kind of just... Wait, I'll tell you the director in a minute, but it just kind of came up in my head going like, oh, I should get him to direct, because I liked his vision of Batman, and we never got to see it continue after a specific point. So the title of this Batman movie is going to be called The Batman. Now, I know that it's going to be a little confusing, especially since we had the Robert Pattinson movie called The Batman, and since this one is more like tied into the more recent or new DCEU, I think that there will be a bit of differentiating. There'll be a little bit of a difference when you, like, if you saw a trailer for the new one versus the Robert Pattinson one. And I think it would be a little more, the title would be, like, the font would be a little different. And same as the posters, like, they would have a different design and all that. So I think that's the way you would make it less confusing. But if you do hear The Batman, you will think of the Robert Pattinson movie. But I think that that's what I will call it. I'm not saying that that's what it's going to be called, but I think that The Batman is a good title for a Batman movie. Or you could do what the 89 movie did and just call it Batman. But I think that the problem with that is that you would think that they're basing it off of the Michael Keaton version, which I'm not. But speaking of that era of Batman movies, my director for this one's going to be Tim Burton, because I love Batman 1989, Batman Returns. I also like Forever and Robin, even though those are a completely different vision than 89 Returns was. I think that Tim Burton had a unique vision for Batman that I was really interested in. And even though I do love Batman 1989, it's my second favorite live-action Batman movie, we got stripped away from us after my favorite Batman movie of all time, which is Batman Returns. But I think that this is a way, kind of like how you got Sam Raimi to direct Multiverse of Madness. I think that this will be a good idea to get Tim Burton back into the DC realm, unless you want him to do a Superman, but I don't think he's the right fit for Superman. At least Batman fits this dark and gritty kind of tone, as opposed to a Superman that he was going to do with Nicolas Cage's Superman. So I think that that is the right direction for him to go, is to do a straightforward Batman movie again. Just take it back to the roots, bring in a new cast and a new story. So, which I'll get into right now. So, the short version of the plot is basically the Dark Knight of Gotham City needs to take down the King and Queen of Gotham City, the Joker, and his girlfriend Harley Quinn. So, what I want for the Joker and Harley Quinn relationship, even though that will be interesting to do the abusive relationship, I know that a lot of people don't like this movie, but I haven't heard any bad versions of the portrayal of the relationship of Joker and Harley Quinn, and that is Suicide Squad. I think that one had an interesting way of doing the relationship, even though you do get elements of the abusive stuff in there, like Joker pushing Harley Quinn out of the plane and trying to make her die, as opposed to him, which we know that he comes back at the end, but for a second we thought that he was dead, so they kind of flipped it on that. But I think that the way that, for the most part, Joker treats Harley Quinn in that movie is the kind of relationship I want to kind of do for a Batman movie, and I think that that'll be an interesting way to do a Batman and a Harley Quinn and Joker relationship, because we see it happen in Suicide Squad, but then we just completely, not ignore it, but we don't get Jared Leto pretty much anywhere in Birds of Prey, and we don't see him mentioned in the Suicide Squad until Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is more like and he even mentions in that, my Harley's dead, Batman. So I think that would be an interesting way, not to connect it to the Snyderverse, but kind of do a similar thing. So, speaking of that, let's talk about the cast, because I think that this is where it gets really interesting. I want to see what your guys' opinions are on a lot of these cast members, because personally, I can see a lot of these cast members as these characters, but I know that there are some that you might go like, wait, this doesn't fit. But personally, me, for a young Bruce Wayne and Batman, my personal pick would be Robbie Amell. I think Robbie Amell would be great as Batman and Bruce Wayne. I think that he looks like that typical Bruce Wayne that you would see out Michael Keaton or Val Kilmer, or even Adam West in some cases. And he doesn't have to go emo Bruce Wayne like Robert Pattinson trying to do a Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3 in the Batman. Which I think that would be an interesting way to make Bruce Wayne interesting. And I would love to see Robbie Amell play Batman. I think that's a great pick for Batman. Now, Alfred, this is where I got really confused. Well, not confused, but really worried about what I was going to pick, really. Because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's so many people that I wanted to play this part, but I ended up going with Harrison Ford. Even though that he's going to be General Ross in the MCU, I think that he can play a real good Alfred in the DCU. And I can see it too. So, depending on how many movies Harrison Ford wants to do, and also depends on what story they have for these Batman movies over time, and Batman as a whole, to get to a Batman Beyond or even a even a older Bruce Dark Knight type Batman, like Dark Knight Returns type stuff. You can kill Alfred off and then just have Bruce Wayne be Batman without Alfred. But you do need Alfred at least for Phase 1, Phase 2, start Phase 3 era. So, that's why I decided to put Harrison Ford. Now, going back to the Batman 1989 movie, I chose Vicky Vale for the love interest for this movie. I love Kim Basinger's portrayal of Vicky Vale, but I honestly think that Vicky Vale needs to be portrayed by someone that has more, like, not experience. Not to say that Kim Basinger doesn't have experience, but is more people will pay to see, because people did pay to see Kim Basinger, but a lot of people seeing Batman don't even know who Kim Basinger is. So at least teenagers and adults will go see a Batman movie with Vicky Vale if Scarlett Johansson was going to play Vicky Vale, because I think that she will nail Vicky Vale. Because I think that that's the more obvious pick for a Vicky Vale is Scarlett Johansson as Vicky Vale. Now, I decided to keep J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon because I think that he was great in Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Even though that we didn't see a lot of him, I thought that he was a good Gordon. So I think that it'll be really cool to see him be Gordon throughout more of my DC slate, because then you don't have to go like, he's in this one movie and then you see him half of the second movie, then he's gone. So that's why I think that I want to see Commissioner Gordon shine more as Gordon. So I think J.K. Simmons will nail it. Now, Joker is a fan cast for a long time. He's one of my favorite actors for one of my favorite Spider-Man villains of all time. So I decided to bring him over because he even joked about this on SNL one time. And I was like, oh my god, yes. And there's a lot of fan casting for it, so I decided to go with Willem Dafoe as the Joker. I think that is a perfect pick. I think he will nail that performance. I think that is the perfect kind of, how do I put it, like the perfect match for a villain and an actor. I think Dafoe would be great as the Joker. And I decided to keep Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn because I think that she is one of the best casting decisions ever made for Suicide Squad. Because I think that she nails that character. And I think that if you got her into that red and black, I was about to say white, but that red and black skin tight, normal fashion Harley Quinn, just a suit, I think that will be, even though that I do love the Suicide Squad version and the Suicide Squad version, the normal Suicide Squad and the Birds of Prey like gold outfit, I think that if you put her in that classic Harley Quinn suit, she'll nail Harley Quinn more than she ever has. So that is basically my Batman movie that I want James Gunn to do. I think that having Tim Burton come back as the director will be amazing. I think that if they did a story like that where you have Joker and Harley and that kind of interesting relationship there would be really great to see again. And I think that seeing Robbie Amell as Batman, Harrison Ford's Alfred, Scarlett Johansson's Vicky Vale, J.K. Simmons Gordon, Willem Dafoe's Joker, and Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn all in a movie together that would be really, really cool to see. So that is a Batman movie I would pay bucks for. I will pay lots of bucks to see any Batman movie, but especially with a Batman movie with this cast and Tim Burton back, I'll be so hyped for it. So guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Also hit the little bell icon and get notified future videos I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.